Okay, class. So today we are going to start our next topic, that is food preservation. So in chapter 1 we have learned about the methods how to preserve and store food grains. How do we preserve cooked food at home? Now you know that the bread left unused under moist condition is attacked by fungus. Microorganisms spoil our food. Spoiled food items emit bad smell and has a bad taste and changed color. So now we will learn some methods through which we can preserve our cooked food. So under this, the first method is the chemical method. As you can see in the slide, salts and edible oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. Here check means to stop. Therefore, they are called preservatives. We add salt and acids, preservatives to pickles to prevent the attack of microbes. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate are common preservatives. These are also used in the jams and squashes to check their spoilage. Preservation by common salt is the second method. So common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Now the third method is preservation by sugar. Jams, jellies and squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria which spoil food. Now coming to the next method, that is preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetables, fruits, fish and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatment is the next method. So, you must have observed your mother boiling milk before it is stored or used. Boiling kills many microorganisms. Similarly, we keep our food in refrigerator. Low temperature inhibits the growth of microbes. Pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling it as it is free from harmful microbes. The milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. By doing so, it prevents the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. It is called pasteurization. Storage and packing is our next method. These days, dry fruits and even vegetables are sold in sealed airtight packets to prevent the attack of microbes. So these are all the methods of preservation of cooked food class. Now coming to our next topic, that is nitrogen fixation. So you have learned about the bacterium rhizobium in class 6 and 7. It is involved in the nitrogen fixation in leguminous plants, that is pulses plants. Now recall that rhizobium lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants such as beans and peas, with which it has a symbiotic relationship. Sometimes nitrogen get fixed through the action of lightning. But do you know that the amount of nitrogen in the atmosphere remain constant? You may wonder how. Let us understand this in this next section. So here we are going to discuss about the nitrogen cycle class. So as you can see, our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms as a part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acid and vitamins. The atmospheric nitrogen cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. Certain bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert into compounds of nitrogen. Once nitrogen is converted into these usable compounds, it can be utilized by plants from the soil through their root system. Nitrogen is then used for the synthesis of plant protein and other compounds. Animals feeding on plants get this protein and other nitrogen compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compounds to be used by plants again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of them to nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains more or less constant. Here you can see the nitrogen cycle class, that is the from atmospheric nitrogen. If we start from the middle top, then from the left side it goes in two ways. The fixation can be done by the lightning, okay, and then again it can be done by the bacteria also. Then bacteria will turn into nitrogenous compounds, and that compound will get into the soil, and from the soil it will be uptaken by the plants. Then from there it will be going to the animals that eat plants. Then again it will go to the nitrogenous waste from excretion and death, and then from compounds of the nitrogen in the soil. And then these compounds can again be converted back into the atmospheric nitrogen by again some different kind of bacteria. So this was all about this nitrogen fixation class. I hope that you all have understood these two topics well. That's all for today's class. Thank you, class.